Buongiorno, or at this hour in the day, I think they say buonasera. And they also say a lot of prego and grazie, because I've just been to Lake Garda, and in this video it will be a little bit about the different spots at Lake Garda, about the trip, where to eat, how the hotel was, also a little bit about the young upcoming generation. I met a really good 11-year-old girl and her big sister, and they were totally stoked on windsurfing, so there's a little interview with her later. Her name is Isabel. You might have seen her on Instagram, otherwise there's a link in the description to her Instagram. And yeah, she's really good, and she's so stoked about windsurfing and passionate. So yeah, check out her Instagram. And then there's also I got a new front ring that the wind lounge was so nice because there was a little bit with the delivery time, so they shipped it to Point 7 where I could pick it up. So I also saw the big multinational company of Point 7 in Arco, just outside Torbole. And yeah, so this will be a video about all the things that I've seen, so it's gonna be long and you can jump a little bit back and forward, maybe not take it all in at one time, but there will be different stories about the different spots. And yeah, hope you enjoy. And a big shout out to the IQ foiler who passed me when I wasn't foiling and just shouted, "When is the next video coming out?" That really made my day, so thank you. As some funny posting guys on the YouTube says, when they make short videos, they say, "And that's my day." And a typical day in Lake Garda starts with it actually starts the night before, where you prep your bag, so you have some water and some bananas and the clothes are ready, and you set your alarm to 6 AM. And then you very discreetly, without waking wifey, you exit the hotel room in total stealth, Mission Impossible mode, so you don't wake her and disturb the peace. And then you take your car. It's also important that you are that early, because then there's no traffic, and everybody who's been to Torbole and the area around it knows that the traffic can be pretty heavy if you're not driving at the right. So a typical day, you get up at 6 AM and then you drive to Malchesini, and you hit the green button and the boom goes up and you can park in the parking space, and if you're late there's no places left, so be early. And then yeah, hopefully there's wind, and the morning wind from the north can get really strong. So I had 2 sessions in Malchesini. I drove there 3 times. The first day I couldn't really remember, but there didn't came any wind. So I went 2 times. The first day was on 7.0 and the medium board, really powered. Most other slalom guys were on 6.3 and the small board. But I'm hoping for the World Championship that I can get away with using the medium board in really high winds, and then have the big board also, because that's really necessary for the World Championships on Finn. So yeah, I went there, had a great session on 7.0, and yeah, actually I had 3 sessions. I went there 4 times, and yeah, really powered. You can see the speeds here and where I rig. And then the next morning I was able to go with wifey. She was so nice that she got up. We gave her 1 quarter extra, so we got up at 6:15 and went to Malchesini. Still no traffic, so you can do that, but some of the parking spaces were booked. And I was a bit lazy because I had not so many booms with me, so I didn't want to change the length of the boom, so I went 7.0, but the wind was a little bit too light. And there I met Isabel, and her sister, and yeah, here's the interview with Isabel and some action shots from Malchisony. And now we are recording. Check, check. So yesterday the recording was started when we ended the interview. Stopped the interview. That was the problem.
Oh.
So yeah, we are here at beautiful Malchisony, and yesterday we did an interview with Isabel and her sister, and we did something with the camera, so it didn't work. So we are here today. The sister isn't here today, but Isabel is here. And how old are you, Isabel?
I'm 11.
You're 11 years old. And for how long have you been windsurfing?
2 years, maybe 2.5.
2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Serious 2
Yeah.
years.
Serious 2 years. And you're already planing, and you're sailing in waves, and you're speed sailing in La Palma. That's so impressive. Yeah, I'm blown away. And do you like it? What do you like most about windsurfing?
Everything.
Everything, yeah. And I think that's really what the sport needs. It's just young people really getting stoked on windsurfing already.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how was it today? You were testing a new sail. Was it great?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. A little bit bigger than yesterday when we were
Yeah.
sailing together.
Lower wind.
Yeah, lower wind. So we have the action shots are from yesterday, where I was on 7.0, and today I was on 7.7, and I was actually underpowered both days. And you were yesterday. You were on
Yeah.
on what size sail?
4.2.
4.2, and today 4.4.
Yeah.
So small steps. Yeah, but thank you very much for the interview. This might be a future star in windsurfing. Oh. Yeah, thanks Isabel for your time, and maybe see you in Denmark someday. And that's the spot, the quick spot guide to Malchisony. It's a morning spot, and yeah. Then you, if also why we go so early is that the breakfast buffet at the hotel, it ends at 10 a.m. So we have to be done, do quick 30-40 kilometers, and then you de-rig and you hurry back, going back for the breakfast buffet that closes at 10 o'clock. So please hurry up in front to the hotel, and then you get a nice breakfast. And that's the beginning of the day. In the middle of the day at Lake Garda, there isn't that much to do because the wind dies off, the north wind dies off, and if it's sunny in the valley north of Tobole, the south wind, Aura I think, picks up later in the afternoon, so you have time to recover and do tourist stuff at the Lido Blue Surf and Bike Hotel that we were staying at. There's a surf school right next to it, and there are also free kayaks you can take if you want to go when there is no wind in the lake. It's very enjoyable. And there's also free bikes, because in the middle of the day the traffic between Tobole and Riva is really crazy. So we go from, we took the bikes, and there's a nice bike path all the way from Tobole to Riva. And it's only 2.5 kilometers, and it's almost totally flat, so it isn't that hard, and it's a really beautiful bike trip. And the city of Riva is quite a bit bigger than Tobole, and there's all these old pretty streets, and there's shopping opportunities and eating opportunities, and there's an ice cafe called Nice, and I highly recommend you getting gelato from Nice in Riva, and also most other places in Tobole. There's so many great places to get gelato, and the taste is just out of this world compared to where I live, and the prices are, everything is half price of Denmark. And also We bought some mosquito repellent, which is, I think, important to have because there are some mosquitoes down there. And in Denmark, the exact same thing costed 20 euros, and in Lidl in Torpole it costed 7.5 euros. So prices are really, really low. I also shop some shoes and stuff and gifts for the kids. And yeah, the pricing, if you come from Northern Europe, or Scandinavia, is really, really reasonable. So that's a big thumbs up. The fuel is a little bit more expensive, but if you are smart with your fueling, you tank the gas in when you are in Austria, where it's cheaper than both in Germany and in Italy. Yeah, so that's in the middle of the day. You do some sightseeing, you relax, you recover, and then hopefully, if it's sunny, in the end of the day there will be wind from the south. And I was a bit unlucky that it was super light some days, and I hadn't gotten the big front wing from the 650 front wing for the Aeon foil. And yeah, then I got that one, and it made it even easier to go. I only have 7/8 as the biggest sail, and I could see when I was at the Race of the Sea in Kellenhusen that Mario had the big front wing for slalom, and he was on a smaller sail than me, and it just made life so much easier. And as you can see, you can also crash your jibe on with the big front wing in this action shot. And yeah, so I foiled, and one of the days the south wind really came through, and it's in when you foil from Torpole, it's really, really full with windsurfers, wingers, and yeah, no kiters, but it's really, really full. And yeah, the waves are exciting and the wind is gusty, so it isn't the perfect place to windsurf, but the surroundings makes it a beautiful, beautiful place. So I recommend going in the south wind, but still it is gusty. It's mostly light, so sometimes it's better just to do a proper morning session and then just sit at the hotel bar enjoying the good coffee and gelato, and looking at the other people sail around and toss with it. We had one day we had like I think over 20 knots, and I was out on 6/8 foiling, and it was just too much. So you can see a bit of action footage, yeah, as I speak. Days where the north wind prevailed and actually stayed on. I was hoping that it would change to south wind. I went to fact check Mario Kümpel and his father's secret spot, Campione, on the western bank of Lake Garda. And yeah, you can see a little travel story with wifey about Campione, which is also a beautiful place. I was unlucky that there didn't come any south wind, and as I had time to rig, the north wind started backing off, and as you can see in the pictures, there was a big Hobbycat championship, so there's a bit of action shots of those. Unfortunately, we didn't bring the tripod, so it's a bit shaky, but yeah, enjoy that part of the video too.
Land på, hvor hurtigt det bliver dybt.
Det gør det.
Gør det?
Ja, det er perfekt det her. So we are here at beautiful Campione, recommended by the Kumpels, Mario, surfers. And yeah, we tried to drive to his hotel. It wasn't allowed to park there if you don't live at the hotel. So we have to go back and drive really long, but you can go under that bridge. There's a small gap. So actually, and here there's a nice launching area with where the waves are not so bad, I think, because of the little pier. So I actually think, and now we still have north wind. Even here it's like 1 o'clock, so it's pretty special. But yeah, so actually, and you can rig in the shadows, and you can park just on the other side of that little bridge. So yeah, it's not so bad as expected. As our first impressions were pretty bad. And beautiful wifey. With love from Italia. If you wanna windsurf in Campione, I think the easiest way is to go here and up where wifey is, and then there's the public parking place is right here. So just take your gear, and actually the walk is only like 50 meters, and there's a free space right here, so you don't have to carry your gear that long. And yeah, so go in the back of the big parking place, and it's easy to go out. So the great thing about Italy is definitely the food, which is just amazing, except for the bread. That is nothing to tell about. So yeah, we enjoyed the eating very much in Italy, and yeah, for lunch I got it at the hotel mostly, and we found that the best restaurant to eat out was very close to the hotel. It's called Surfer's Grill, and here's our review of that one. Does wifey recommend this restaurant?
Oh yes.
This is the place to
Lovely.
eat.
Amazing.
And they have the we stayed at the hotel because camping, we're just too old for that. As you can see, we are in the mountains, so the weather can shift pretty radically. Wifey is watching. This is the hotel. And look, no windsurfers. Oh, they're over there and there and there and there and there and there. And now there's a boat killing a few of them. We stayed at the Lido Blue Hotel with great breakfast buffet and also great parking, and you just walk through the surf school, and then you can rig up in the grass, as you can see I've done. And yeah, it's just a great place.